Manly, the home side, taking on Parramatta, two of the modern-day arch rivals. Beautiful day here on the Northern Peninsula. Let's have a look at this Manly side. Ridge, Hancock, Ryan Moore, Elsgood, Lyons, Tuvey, Alexander, O'Donnell, Hosking, Jones, Iro and Cunningham, and their coach is Bobby Fulton. Manly's captain, Jeff Tuvey, minus the headgear today. He broke a jaw over in New Zealand earlier this year. John Jones. Now the Eels. They haven't beaten Manly in their last 6 confrontations. Let's have a look at their side for today. Mann, much more Penner, Butner, Bartolo, Tollett, Galbraith, Dunn, Flanagan, Fernley, Blair, King, Horrow, and coached by Michael Cronin. Interesting to note that Cronin and Fulton have not coached opposite one another to this point in time. Stu Galbraith, and that's Paul Dunn. Big year being had by him, Paul Dunn. Young Michael Butner, one of the young lions of the game here in 1993. David Manson has made the trek down from the north to referee this one. Manly from right to left then. Matthew Ridge sends the ball down to the Parramatta players. There's no breeze to talk of, just a very light breeze coming from behind Parramatta, but it wouldn't even count for anything. And Parramatta coughing the ball up only on the second play.
Well, the pass from Paul Dunn there put a lot of pressure on Shane Flanagan, the hooker. And the worst possible start, second tackle, handing over possession.
Manly are very deep, expecting the ball from the scrum, which they get. Lyons uses the winger coming around from the back, Jack Elsgood. They continue the wrap to the right now, Manly. 22 metres out from the line, played by Owen Cunningham. From Tuvey for Lyons as they sweep back to the left. Iro gets a ball away. Ryan is with it, touched in flight. 6 more tackles for Manly. Back to the right they go. They've been there once on this set. Now Hosking. David O'Donnell to dummy half. They're right on the 20-metre line. He uses a second man play. Jones is right in front, 11 out from the line. Back left now for Lyons. And then to Iro. Short ball for Ridge, and Ridge is tackled 9 metres from the line. So Parramatta being stretched. This set of tackles has already gone for 10. Tuvey's put down on 11. Right on the 20-metre line. O'Donnell for Lyons. Grubber kick. Coming across as Robert Muchmore to clean up for Parramatta. That's a good piece of work by the Eels.
Very good defence there, and very noticeable that Tony Iro getting involved off the shoulder of Cliff Lyons wherever possible. In one set of 6 he had the football twice. They're looking to get the big man involved early. Of course, Manly looking to go to the top of the competition table with a win here today. It is a split round. They would join St George and Canterbury on top for at least another 7 days.
Dunn playing it on his own 20-metre line. This is the 101st clash of Manly and Parramatta. They both came into the league in 1947. And Manly overall holds a success rate of 2/3, so 66% of matches have been won by Manly. But here at Brookvale, they've won 75% of their encounters with the Eels. Iro playing it for O'Donnell to take it away just a couple of paces out from dummy half, and then it's Alexander who's put down just short of halfway. Jones comes up, met by Flanagan underneath and over the top by Fernley. This time it's David Hosking in the side today for Ian Roberts on State of Origin duty. This is the last. Ridge with that purposeful kick, weighting it Right down into the bottom corner. Trouble here for Parramatta, but not a big chase by Manly. I would have thought they had a chance to peg much more back in the in goal.
Well, I think that they were looking for Matthew Ridge to come through and put them on side. Of course, they have to stay 10 metres away from the man taking the ball. But if Ridge had come through on a good chase on his own kick, they well have forced that line drop out.
This is Paul Dunn now. Cameron Blair. It's been real backs to the wall for Parramatta since the start. Telson Tollett getting it right down to the Manly line and beyond.
Yeah, it's just going to go too far. That may not be a bad thing for this Parramatta side, having to do some defensive work early. A couple of weeks ago, they were put in a tough defensive situation against Canberra in the first 10 minutes of that game. They went on to win that one in a very stout effort.
Oh, gee, that pass was forward from O'Donnell. Referee Manson badly positioned to read it, but it was a blatant forward pass for Jones. Now, David O'Donnell takes it out himself a further 10 metres. Cliff Lyons at dummy half, sweeping a pass back in the opposite direction. Iro hands it out the back for Cunningham. Then Lyons, quick hands across. And they find Moore out there, but he's held up and pulled down by Stuart Galbraith and also the Parramatta centre, David Penner. Alexander. This is the last for the Eagles. Ridge. A little bit of pressure put on him, and it's probably allowed Scott Mahon to come up with the football a little bit further down the ground than he would have expected. 0-0 then, with these sides both battling to either stay in the 5 or stay within reach of it. And a penalty goes to the Eels against the Manly defence men.
There's John Jones, the man penalised here, lying on top of the tackle player much more. Too long for the referee's liking.
Michael Buechner finding the line with the drop punt, something that Andrew Farrer specialised in. Paul Dunn driven into the ground about 32 metres out from the line. First real attacking opportunity for the Eels. They've had the ball, but they've been in their own danger zones. Galbraith working around one of the big men in Dunn. Chris King is in the side for Parramatta today, as we said at the top of the show, with Dallas Weston out injured. And this young man, David Penn, is in the centres. Bit of a shuffle there for Parramatta. They get a penalty here right in front. This mightn't be too difficult for Buechner. He's only going to be 29 metres out and practically in front of the uprights.
And again, a penalty for a holding down in the play of the ball. Owen Cunningham that time, I think he was trying to actually look after Jeff Tuvey, who went low and was having some trouble getting up quickly from the tackle. Cunningham looking for a second marker to get there. Well, he's on holiday, isn't he? And not a difficult conversion attempt, almost in front, as Ray pointed out. Not a great deal of breeze here, but if there is any breeze, it does look to be favouring the Parramatta side a little bit in this first half.
Owen Cunningham. Nuggety, very tough block forward for Manly.
Ray, looking at the for and against of these two sides, Manly have conceded 55 points less than Parramatta while scoring almost 40 more, so we'll need a big effort from the Parramatta side to overcome that difference in the way that they played in the first 7 rounds.
First scoring opportunity of the game. Michael Buechner, a light breeze behind him, straight between the uprights, and Parramatta lead Manly by 2 points to 0.
Manly looking for a very quick kickoff here. Lyons already back to halfway, sets it up for Ridge.
The ball going right down to the goal mouth and brought back by Scott Mann. And they're good yards made by Scott Mann because there was a lot of intensity in what Manly were doing. This is Chris King. He's been on the wrong side of Lady Luck in recent times. Mark Horrow, who must be a contender for New Zealand selection this year.
And that's a very good set of 4 rucks there from Parramatta. They've gone 50 metres on the poor tackle. Tolson Tollett finds touch 22 metres out in the opposition line. So a good set of 6 there for Parramatta. Got a roll on. And a kick at the end of it, finding touch to force the scrum.
Scrum fed and won by Manly. Tuvey dancing away from Tollett, but picked up by Cameron Blair. Good work by him on the open side second row position. Now across to Ridge, making the extra man. Moore is taken there, and that was good defence by Robert Muchmore. He had to come off his wing. They'd left him with a handful, but he was able to handle it. The Hosking will play it right in the centre of the ground. Tuvey looking for Iro coming on the outside. He gets through Tuvey, takes it to the 30. Iro puts it onto the chest of Cunningham, and he's pulled down eventually by Bartolo. Iro sweeps it right for Tuvey, further for Lyons. Lyons looks for runners left and right, and he's put down and gets a penalty.
Good advantage played there by the referee, David Manson. Allowed the play to go on, but when Manly didn't look like capitalising with the try, penalised the Parramatta defence. Nice bust made there from Jeff Tuvey, stepped inside Chris King. That's a bad miss. Some good cover coming across for the Eels. Stopped Owen Cunningham. That's Bartolo coming in. And from the next set of 6, certainly Parramatta were inside the 5 there. You see some players not retiring. Required distance, and Cliff Lyons takes the tackle. The penalty awarded.
2 penalties to 1 in favour of Parramatta. Were you surprised that Iro didn't try to do more when he had the ball in his hands?
Well, I think he saw that there were quite a few blue jumpers coming. Maybe he thought that if he could keep the ball alive, there would have been some more support arriving. It didn't eventuate that way.
Well, this is a case of doing it blindfolded for Matthew Ridge. He's the best in the business. And here he is from right in front, 15 metres out. And not even I can stop him. 2 points all, Manly Parramatta.
And already for Manly, the 2 key players, Tuvey and Lyons, getting very much involved. From a Tuvey bust, they've been able to score their first points. They must be watched very closely.
Butner opting to keep this one low. And coming away off that touchline over there is the Manly attack.
Cunningham taking good yards. It was a poor kickoff from Parramatta. Cunningham picked the ball up just inside his 20-metre line and was able to get out another 10 metres. And here they've worsened the situation by giving away a penalty 40 metres out. Matthew Ridge very quickly looking to get play continuing.
Line finder, 5 metres into Parramatta's area. Tuvey asking Hancock to take it back towards centre of the ground.
Lyons going back to the blind side of the ruck there. They'll come one more with John Jones. Both Tuvey and Lyons situated that side. They're looking to work something with them shortly, you'd imagine. Tony Iro up the centre of the ruck, looking for some inside support. Can't get the ball free. Well, he does, throws it down, and it's 6
more
again.
Tackles. 6 more tackles for Manly. That represents danger for Parramatta. Hosking takes the first of them. They're about 10 metres away from the 20-metre zone. Through Tuvey to Lyons. Lyons throws the dummy. Iro was felled in back play by Horrow. That incident we may come back to, although there didn't seem to be much in it. Ridge is brought down 22 metres out from the line. Dummy half is David O'Donnell. Iro's busy running decoy this time. Jones is slammed to the ground. And now they're 18 metres out. This is 5. Ridge and
Small
a
knock
on there was there at the dummy half position. That's the turnover then.
Yes, David O'Donnell looking to get the last pass away quickly there on the final tackle. But Parramatta falling for the trap of overrooting Cliff Lyons. There you saw Mark Horrow going to the support player. When Lyons has got the football in his hands, he must be taken by the defender in front of him.
Mann. Now Dunn. Manson desperately trying to keep them apart, these two sides. I don't know that he's got them back the recommended 8 metres.
No, it's a very poor 5 out there at the moment. That's not allowing for a flowing game as Matthew Ridge steps out of the Galbraith tackle. Hopefully we'll get them back a little bit further so there can be some ball movement. Manly again going to the back line. Bad pass from Tuvia. Beautiful pick up there.
David Alexander. Yeah, but it was a great tackle by Tulson Tollett too, and now Lyons has tackled 30 metres out from his own line. Play in the centre of the ground. David O'Donnell finding the man they called the mule, David Hosking. Big David, he's built for comfort, not for speed, but I tell you what, he's got a great work rate for a man so big. Now they cough it up.
Yeah, sensational work there from Cameron Blair, getting up quickly on Iro. Tollett switches it back to Flanagan, trying to link up with support, but taken by Lyons.
Manson indicating that the Lions tackle was only across the chest. Tollett dances out from dummy half, but runs into Owen Cunningham. And now it's out and away through Galbraith, on to Penner. Penner tries to make the split, but the defence is solid out there. He ran into Danny Moore. Back they come for Paul Dunn. Parramatta, up to this point in time, not many opportunities. What they've had, they've tried to keep it fairly simple. Tollett. Ridge back there. He takes it in the field of play. Beats the tackle of Muchmore, taken by Galbraith and by Penner.
He is an all-round footballer these days, Matthew Ridge, isn't he? We know of his goal-kicking prowess, but very safe at fullback. That was a nothing kick there from Tollett. The only good thing for the Eels coming out of that was the fact that Ridge caught the ball in the field of play. Tony Iro tackled 21 metres out from his own line. No real pressure from the kick there at all.
Jones. Cliff Lyons. That's a big kick into only a slight breeze, but nevertheless it was a good kick. And now Scott Mann does some good work, gets it back to the halfway mark. Keep in mind that Manly have got a bloke called Des Hasler on the bench as a fresh reserve. The Manly coach Bob Fulton very fortunate in having this man, Des Hasler, Cliff Lyons and Jeff Tuvey. He can rotate them right through the game. Mark Horrow. Fernley. 20 metres out from the line. 5 gone for the Eels. Flanagan finding Tollett. Now he puts it in the air again. Let's hope he gets a chase on it this time. Ridge just watched it right down onto his chest. Came up with Hancock.
Good work from the winger and the fullback there, giving themselves a little bit of protection. Hancock did well. Either of them could have caught that one. But just watching Matthew Ridge, he talked very well to the players in front of him. Defence is Manly, keep the ball alive again. And it's very important to have a confident fullback telling the guys in front what to do, and he's doing that very well out there this afternoon, Matthew Ridge.
Alexander. O'Donnell finds that there's only one Parramatta marker and he was able to pinch another 10 metres. Very important for dummy halves to have a look. Ridge knocked over after kicking it, and Mann comes up with the ball in good field position for the first tackle, but Manly's chase was equally good. 40 metres out from the Parramatta line. Bartolo. I know it spells Bartolo, but that's the way he wants it called. Bartolo. Play right on the halfway mark. Flanagan was the man who played it. And Bartolo again figuring in the play. Galbraith. Dunn. Calling his captain and halfback around him, but then Swamped by the defence of John Jones, and that's 5 gone for Parramatta. Still, the Eels persist in going to the air. Ridge, again, no pressure on him.
And at the moment, there's no real pressure on the Manly defence. They're defending very well, the Sea Eagles, slowing the play the ball down. And not a great deal of creativity in this Parramatta side at the moment. On the last tackle, we've seen them go to the bomb on every occasion. Just need to be looking to do a little bit more with the football when they've got it.
2 points all. Penalty goals, one for Ridge and the other for Butner. Iro holding the ball in one hand, then offloading, finding Ryan. O'Donnell sweeping it away on the last. Tuvi's got it. Now it's down to Scott Mann. Mann comes out beyond the 40-metre line. A game of to and fro. Now it's your turn with the ball for 6. Parramatta, that is. Much more. Very few clean breaks in the game. Galbraith makes a half bust.
That's where both sides are having a little bit of trouble there up the centre of the ruck. The markers for both teams really going that well at the moment. As the ball back inside to Fernley, half opens a hole, but O'Donnell comes up with the tackle.
It's the second half break that's been made by John Fernley. Dunn has Cameron Blair with him. Blair, half full. Mann takes the pass and puts it down. Mann scores for Parramatta. Great work there early by Fernley, Dunn and Blair. Scott Mann, he scores the try and Parramatta lead 6 points to 2.
I just said there wasn't a great deal of creativity, but a beautiful short ball put Cameron Blair into it, half a hole, and Tuvi couldn't come up with the tackle high. Cunningham coming across in cover, wasn't able to stop Scott Mann. 6-2 in favour of the Eels, and this will show it beautifully. The short ball, Tuvi going low, and Blair did very well to stay alive long enough to pop the ball to the flying Scott Mann.
Well, that's a great piece of work by Parramatta. It was very much a case of supporting the man with the ball. Firstly, John Fernley. Here's Hasler exhibiting the feeling in the Manly camp at the moment.
Just going back to the Parramatta attack, Ray, they haven't been showing a great deal with the football, but they have been holding it for the sets of 6. So that's putting pressure on the defence by the very fact that they are using the football to the extent they're not handing it over cheaply in the tackle count. And the crack finally appeared, and Butner, not an easy conversion attempt to extend this lead.
So can Michael Butner convert the Scott Mann try? 20 metres out, 12 in from touch, left the boot nicely, flags are up. Parramatta's score goes up as well. They lead by 8 points to 2 now.
Both teams have been very good with the football. Parramatta only making 1 error, 2 for Manly. So the ball control has been excellent.
We have a problem with a ball, the lack of one, and here it comes.
Nick Kosef warming up on the sidelines for Manly. May well see an interchange player shortly into the game.
Kick-off time again for Matthew Ridge. Horrow able to get it back and just beyond the 20-metre line. Good work by Mark Horrow. He didn't give up on it. Chris King. That's good defence by Manly. Driving tackle by Jones. Tollett. Dunn. He's figured in just about every set of 6, Paul Dunn. Fernley. Kosef getting ready to come on for Manly. Tollett. And Manly have come up with the ball just beyond their own 30-metre line, and Ridge rather than run any risks, takes the tackle himself.
Replacement made for Manly. Kosef going on for Tony Iro. Fair bit of involvement early in this game, but Bob Fulton looking to give him a rest and get Kosef into the action as Jones takes it just inside the Parramatta half.
O'Donnell, Tuvey, Alexander. Handoff after a hit, and Hosking does the same. Tuvey looks for an opening, gets it away to Kosef, then Ridge, quick hands, Jones, Moore down the sideline, Dunn can't reach him, Lyons is waving in the centre of the ground, he wanted the ball. Knock on, forward pass. Well, that was a try that Manly should have had.
Well, the crowd are booing. I think that they believe that Stu Galbraith came up with a tackle before the man had actually received the ball. Now, Moore's away. Too much speed for Dunn. Lyons calling for it. There's the pass, and I think that they've got every right to scream. I thought Galbraith may have been a little bit early, but Parramatta win the scrum, and Penner half breaks through. He's got Marn there, can't get the ball away.
Horro playing very strongly today. That ball has gone out the side and forward. So Manson will put a scrum down. But just working back to that, no doubts that Hancock was taken out of the play, not in possession by Galbraith. 2-1 scrums to Manly. Tuvey, Lyons, here's Elsgood coming around from the left wing, and just for a moment some of this Parramatta defence is looking a bit fragile. Kosef takes it down 30-metre line. O'Donnell, Lyons, Tuvey, inside ball for Cunningham, runs slap bang into Cameron Blair and Paul Dunn.
One of the great attractions of this Manly team is their ability to keep the ball alive. Cliff Lyons, well, he nearly put Moore straight into a gap there, cleaned up by much more, and he gets the ball back. A silly pass there to Penner. 6 again to Manly. So the last 2 sets of 6, Parramatta handing the ball over on the second tackle.
Jones, Tuvey. Ridge is out wide. Tuvey swamped in the defence. The fans calling for a penalty and getting one. The penalty's been given for lying on the man tackle, but the fans thought the tackle was high, and you know they were right. Mark Horro's shot on Jeff Tuvey was high, but you've got to ask the question, with these little blokes in the game, how do you get down much lower?
Yeah, he's a pretty tough rooster, Jeff Tuvey. I think one of the toughest players pound for pound in the game. As Ridge keeping the ball alive again to Alexander. He's a great player, Jeff Tuvey, leads by example, and he was straight up on his feet there, not looking to milk the penalty.
O'Donnell, he'll score, I feel, turns it inside, it'll still be a try. I think this is a Manly try to Craig Hancock. Yes, Manson gives the try. Well, O'Donnell's pass was touched in flight by a Parramatta player, and there's no doubt in my mind that Manson has made the right decision.
The writing was on the wall, and a very soft try scored in the end. O'Donnell running into a yawning gap, and that's a fair try, touched by much more. But O'Donnell, he's come inside Chris King, nobody coming across. Tollett comes up with the bad miss. Blair was the other marker at fault. Hosking didn't touch the football, and no doubt Hancock in the right place to score a fair try.
Craig Hancock is the try scorer, and Parramatta leading now by 8 points to 6. The try coming for Manly only 2 minutes after they were very unlucky in not picking up their first try of the day. Matthew Ridge. This is a good test for anybody. He's about 12 metres in from that touchline and about 18 metres out. There it goes. May have given it too much. He has. No goal. Parramatta continues to lead Manly by 8 points to 6 at Brookvale.
Even when Ridge misses, he doesn't miss by much. That one actually hit the flag as it was curling away. So a little bit of a let-off there for the Eels. They maintain this 2-point lead. Just over 10 to go in this first half.
Cunningham. David Hosking. Jones. Manly keen to get it back down the other end of the park. Kosef.
Manly will need to look for another kicker here. Ridge being tackled. Tuvey has dropped back there and they're all mile offside. Poor work from Tollett, getting out of marker well before he had the right to. And a penalty on the last tackle is a bad piece of play. There's Tollett going now. Much too early.
Hosking at the ready to take it ahead. Tuvey. Cunningham running off the first receiver. This crowd very, very good. In fact, Parramatta, when they visited Brookvale back in 1986, set a ground record for Brookvale at 27,655. It's nothing like that, but it won't surprise me if it's in excess of 20,000. Horrow coming from a wide open side to take a hit up on the blind. Flanagan. Mark Horrow, I mentioned he would be a contender for the national side. No doubt about that. He made his first international appearance from memory back in 1989. Tollett across the line. Buettner chimed in. Penners with the ball. 40 metres out from the line. Much more. Cameron Blair going sideways before straightening up and tackled 30 metres out now. Parramatta leading by 8 points to 6. Both sides scoring a try. Now 5 gone for Parramatta. Mann gets out from dummy half, kicks ahead. Bartolow's going after it with Mann, but Elsgood read it well. Makes his run out from the in goal. Almost getting right through before Carlson Tollett makes the tackle. Brings a big round of applause from the home crowd.
He has been a find for Manly, this winger, Jack Elsgood. Done some very good things early in this season. His first year in the top grade. And it was class work, got great speed and did well to get out in behind his own try line to 10 metres. It's Manly again keep the ball alive. This time Alexander wrapped up.
Tuvey. Face ball out for Lyons, and now Moore. He hit very hard, but he was up and played on. You got to really wrap him up more. He's obviously a very strong, big lad. Ridge throws the dummy, shaped a kick, split the defence. Tuvey goes down the ground. Ridge scoops it out the back, dived on by Chris King. Now for Dunn. Horrow crosses the 40. Strong effort by Mark Horrow today. Every time he's handled, Manly have had to call on reinforcements to stop him. Dunn gets a pass away. I thought it might have been touched by Manly. Mann plays it. Flanagan from dummy half. Galbraith shows it. Turns it inside for Cameron Blair. 25 out from the Manly line. 2 points the difference. Parramatta in front. Galbraith to Buettner. Inside ball for Tollett. But Manly have read that inside play very well. This is the last for Parramatta. Buettner puts a kick in. It came off David O'Donnell, fielded by Jeff Tuvey, who was onside. Fractionally, Ryan tries to go away from dummy half. O'Donnell. That's David Alexander now. 30 metres out from his own line. Kosef. Young and a very big future. Jones running decoy blindside. Cunningham comes open. 42 out from his own line. Tuvey. Ridge. All onside is the call. Mann has Lyons to contend with, but Lyons wraps him up. That's good chase. Good chase by Cliffy Lyons. Stays on his toes at marker. Makes another tackle on Bartlow. Will he make it 3? Yes, he will. Dunn is brought down by Lyons right on the halfway mark. The crowd likes it. Keep it going, Cliff. Horrow gets his pass away. John Fernley takes it back to the 50. Good effort there in defence by Cliffy Lyons. There he is back in the line now. Tulson Tollett slides away from one, runs into Matthew Ridge. 5 gone for the Eels. Blair, Butner drops it onto the right foot. Grubbing kick. Ridge has got plenty of work to do, and he's going to have to bring it back. Much more on Ridge. Ridge beats much more. Can he beat another? No, David Penner it is who makes the tackle, and it'll be a line dropper.
And a nice mix-up to the kicking game there for Parramatta. Penner coming up with the final tackle. The ball weighted beautifully, forcing Matthew Ridge to clean up. Beat much more. The 2 Parramatta chasers come down. The 2 centres did a good job.
Next Friday night, we'll be in Perth, in fact, for the big match, East versus Canberra at the Wacker. Matthew Ridge. Taken by Mann. Not a big drop kick by Ridge. So Parramatta's first tackle has come 23 metres out from the line.
And a good lesson to young players there, the way Scott Mann caught that football as Cameron Blair almost gets through, putting his body sideways so that if he did drop it, it would have gone backwards. Great attacking opportunity here for the Eels.
Dunn. Chris King. Only 8 metres from the line. Mark Horrow's going to try it himself. Flanagan. Galbraith. Long pass out. David Penner. Michael Butner. He'll do it. I'd say it's a try.
Yes, it's a try, and great work from the inside backs there. Lovely long pass from Stuart Galbraith. Opened something up for the outside men, and they took advantage of it. Butner scoring the try. This is the important pass. Galbraith getting the ball across a couple of defenders that allowed Penner to draw more, and then it was just a simple case of numbers, and Butner carries Cliff Lyons over the line with him. Good cutout pass here. Put a couple of Manly defenders out of play, and did well, Penner going back, committing the centre, allowing his men outside a little bit of space.
Try for Michael Butner. He'll try to convert his own try. 12-6 to Parramatta. And leaving the field is Robert Muchmore in the number 2 shirt.
He's done some good things out there, Muchmore. A couple of very important tackles on Moore on a few occasions. His replacement, Danny Krankovic, in number 20. Had plenty of first-grade experience.
Good piece of work by David Penner on that occasion. He committed the defence. He could have easily caught and passed in one motion, but he didn't. He knew he had to commit them. Butner from the touch. 22 out. 5 in from touch. Coming around too much. 12-6 the score. Manly trailing Parramatta.
Just out from half-time now. Parramatta not looking to do anything silly. Tony Iro and Des Hasler on the bench now. Couple of long faces, but a long way to go in this game. The Eels looking to not make any mistakes from this kickoff.
(12-6) in favour of Parramatta, and they went into this game very much the outsiders. Long odds on Manly going into the game, according to betting in the north of Australia.
Well, they are a punter's nightmare, Parramatta, aren't they? You're not quite sure which team you're going to be betting on, whether it's a side that put away Brisbane and Canberra or came out and got beaten very easily by Balmain and Canterbury. His first half performance has been very good. Manly also not looking too bad. Just a couple of occasions their defence has let them down. And on the few occasions Parramatta have had, they've been able to put the points on. Matthew Ridge coming across, picks up 10 metres out from his own line and faced by a very good chase.
Hancock, who scored the Manly try, is playing at 20 metres out from his own line. Tuvey. Jones.
News coming up from the sideline, Ray, is that Robert Muchmore has a bit of a hamstring problem. We're just looking now as to whether he will take any further part in this match. So they'll be working pretty hard on him at half-time, which is only a minute away, and a good shot from Horro there on his opposite number, Cunningham.
5 tackles gone now. Ridge putting it high, giving his chasers plenty of time, but Marnes coming back with plenty of time to operate. 30 metres out from his own line. The dummy half is Bartolo. Away from Ryan, but pulled down by Kosef. Flanagan's the dummy half. This man is Krankovic, the new man on the paddock. Danny Krankovic. He's had a lot of, as Peter said, first-grade experience. Paul Dunn has been tireless in hit-ups. In fact, the front rowers have given Parramatta plenty of momentum. This man, Fernley, and Dunn, the other. 5 gone. Flanagan is the acting half. Tollett putting a raking kick in, trying to get it in behind Jack Elsgood. He does that, but Elsgood will take it away. Well, Tollett has come down just in the nick of time to put everybody on side.
There was no pressure at all from Manly going through on the kicker, so Tollett had time to go to the defence before putting the ball along the ground. So just a little bit of intensity gone out of the Manly side at the moment in defence, and that's the best sign of it, the pressure put on the kick and the chase on their own kicks.
Jones practically on half-time. 12-6 the home side trailing. David Alexander. O'Donnell finds Ridge as the half-time siren sounds in the background. Scott Mahon watching this ball as it bounces back. He'll have to take it back to the defence line. Referee Manson takes note of Mahon forcing the ball, calls time, and so half of this match gone, and Parramatta leading Manly by 12 points to 6. We'll be back for the second half in just a moment.
The traditional grudge match between Manly and Parramatta has brought a big crowd to Brookvale Oval. At half-time, they see a scoreline favouring the Eels, 12 points to 6. Statistically, not much between the sides, plenty of possession for both teams. They've controlled it pretty well. I generally look at the bottom two. Missed tackles against Manly, and they've also committed more handling errors. But the way they play the football game, they tend to come up with a few more handling errors with the amount of ball movement in their attack.
Late arrival by referee David Manson. An entertainment exhibition game at half-time. Saw some congestion up the tunnel. Michael Butner ready to get us underway in the second half of this match. Not a deep kickoff by Butner, and Ridge it was that accepted the first tackle for Manly. Breeze not very strong in the second half. I thought it may have picked up as the afternoon wore on, but not a great deal in it.
Ray, I went into the Parramatta dressing shed at half-time. Michael Cronin was ropeable about the first try that was scored against them. He was looking for the Parramatta side to work one off the ruck. That's the way they put their first try on. Doesn't want them to look at the scoreboard. He said by doing that, it either puts doubt in your mind or makes you become overconfident. So he just wants them to pretty much continue on the way they did that first half and cut out a few of their silly errors early in the tackle count.
Mann. Tuvey the tackler. Bartolo. 2 tries for Parramatta in that first half. Michael Butner coming up with 1, Scott Mann the other, and for Manly, Craig Hancock scored their try. Fernley continues with a strong performance. And on the last, Tollett to clear. Ridge coming back beyond the 40-metre line. In fact, he'll make the halfway and better. Has support outside, but Joe Bartolo got himself in between the Manly attack. Ridge has taken it now. 18 metres out from the line. Big effort by Matthew Ridge. Tuvey, Lyons, Moore. Intercepted by Horrow for Parramatta. Well, that was an excellent performance by Matthew Ridge.
And one other thing I will say, Ray, is at half-time in the Sheds, Michael Crane said he didn't want them to kick to Matthew Ridge. Now you know why. Ridge made a great burst. Looked like he'd been tied up at the end of this. Michael Butner coming up with the tackle, shrugged off. He gets to his feet, pushes out of Tollett's tackle and continues again.
Scott Mann kicking out of dummy half. Not a good kick by any stretch of the imagination. Moore is able to dance away from a couple of tackles before Horrow makes an effective tackle. Lyons giving it to Aro. Blair underneath and over the top. Chris King still able to get it away, and a knock on against Cliffy Lyons.
Tony Iro back in the game. He was an interchange replacement player in the first half. Going off the field after 15 or 20 minutes and just forcing the pass there. Lyons couldn't clean up, and Galbraith the scrum feed centre field, 40 out.
David Penner. Scott Mann. Danny Krankovic at acting half. And now Mark Horrow. Around 1 and dragging a couple of other defence men inside the 30. Flanagan, Galbraith, Fernley. Manly with numbers in defence. Galbraith away for Cameron Blair. Centre of the ground has been reached. Still a couple of tackles remaining. Paul Dunn. This is number 5. Mann. Galbraith. And that's a good bomb. Galbraith putting everybody on side. Ridge takes it, and then Butner throws him back into the in goal. I think he's going to... I thought he's going to bring him back for the line dropout, but Matthew Ridge apparently was in the field of play. Played by Moore. Iro. A run with a lot of purpose. David Hosking. That's a bad pass by Hosking.
There's ruled a Parramatta player knocking on there. Paul Dunn is being pointed to, so it will be a Manly feed. That's a big decision late in the tackle count again. Jeff Tuvey to feed, centre field once again.
Against the head. Galbraith has got it for Parramatta. Horrow. A good chance here for the Eels. Already they lead by 6. Fernley was hit by Cunningham. O'Donnell was left to wrap him up. Flanagan for Galbraith. Cameron Blair reaches the 20-metre line. Galbraith. Tollett. Butner. 5 gone now. Still they're just beyond the 20-metre line. Tulson Tollett. Matthew Ridge though there to clean it up. Gets away from one, but Tollett makes the tackle just outside the 20.
Great work there from Matthew Ridge in the right position. Again, I didn't think the kick from Tollett was that good. Found Ridge out fairly easily and he had an easy clean-up. Manly again early, looked to go wide. Owen Cunningham's having a fine game. That's knocked down by Penner. Will be 6 again.
Alexander. Good work by Alexander, taking it 40 metres away from his own line. Tuvey.
Numbers out wide.
Trouble out here. Kosef. Now Iro. Iro's got the overlap on his outside. Jack Eels good. He comes back in field. Midway between the 20 and the halfway. Manly very much on the attack now. Tuvey turns it inside. Hancock does likewise. Cunningham. Kosef knocked down by Bartolo. That'll be a scrum.
Maybe a timely hand, that one. Manly going from one side back to the other. Created another overlap. That was the winger having to come in. If the pass had found its mark, there were another 3 or 4 attacking players outside him. So a chance for Parramatta to regroup here. They've been under a lot of pressure the last 5 minutes.
Lyons. Moore and Ryan, they work the cross, then Lyons. Hancock it is that'll play it 5 metres into Parramatta's area. Danny Moore. Lyons. Tuvey. Iro's hunting out wide in the second half. Cunningham. Alexander. Manly's attack just breaking down there. O'Donnell using Hosking. Ryan. Five tackles gone, and Matthew Ridge it is that puts it down into the in goal. He leads the chase. Mann left with the job of coming out. Gets around 2 Manly defenders. Now 3. Great run by Scotty Mann.
It's been a good duel, the fullbacks, hasn't it? Both bringing the ball back very well. Great evasion. Matthew Ridge has done a marvellous job on a couple of occasions. That was one for Parramatta by Scott Mann. They go wide. Fernley looking for some support outside. Can't get the pass away.
Horrow. Chris King. Galbraith. Tollett. Well, I think the Parramatta outside backs were expecting him to kick because they'd already left on a downtown mission, and then Tollett was taken out of it. Mann is the man that does kick. Ridge comes across the park out to his own 30-metre line.
He's in some trouble, Matthew Ridge. The hand went straight up in the air to the bench.
Hancock. We'll keep an eye on that man, Matthew Ridge. David Hosking. Kosef. Short ball away for Alexander. And right on the halfway mark, the Manly front row are asked to play the ball by referee Manson. O'Donnell scurries away. Danny Moore tries to bump his way back in field. This is the last. Picked up by Tuvey. Fed for Lyons. Cut out pass for Ryan. Ryan's tackled on the last. That's the turnover.
Manly chancing their arm on the last tackle there. A great tackle from David Penner on Chris Ryan. It's been a very good battle again by these two centre pairings. Only young players. Moore and Ryan up against Penner and Butner. Mark Horrow slowly getting to his feet. The referee looking to get play underway.
So Mann takes a very solid tackle and
lost the
cuts
ball.
the ball up. Kosef away for Tuvey. Tuvey on for Lions. Now Danny Moore. Elsgood. Tuvey. All hands on deck for Parramatta. Kosef, a long pass required. Cunningham can't take it. Chris King, he's tackled for Parramatta. So we've got New Zealanders injured on both ends of the park. Matthew Ridge and Mark Horrow. Both a little bit wobbly on the legs at the moment. Paul Dunn. Dunn again. Flanagan. Galbraith. Tollett. Penner. Good solid tackling out there by Jeff Tuvey in the main. This is the last for Parramatta. Tollett's kick. Well, you can see Ridge is having trouble back there getting to it. He eventually got a favourable bounce. Craig Hancock comes away. 25 out from the Manly line. Just watching Ridge trying to get to that kick. I just wonder how long they can leave him out there. Tuvey. Ira. Out the back. Alexander.
Really developed into an absorbing tussle, this one. Both teams in defence do look a little bit suspect at times. Here's Kosef up the middle of the ruck. Plenty of desperation out there, and the cheer goes up as Des Hasler leaves the bench and about to come into this game.
Ryan got his first taste of rep football just last Friday week. Lions, a long pass out. Iro did well to handle. Penalty goes to Manly. Well, he played the advantage there, Manson, and he's pinched Parramatta for being offside at the play of the ball.
Speaking to Michael Butner, saying that he never tried to get back onside. Ridge has made a mistake.
That's a great take by Scott Mann. Excellent effort by the young Parramatta fullback.
Just looking to go for a little bit too much there was Matthew Ridge, trying to get the ball down. And that's great work from Scott Mann on the full, staying in the field of play.
Dunn. Cameron Blair.
At times it is a very poor 5 yards from David Manson, allowing the teams to encroach in and closing up what is an otherwise very open game. As Ridge found once again, not too many problems, and still looks very ginger on that foot. Gets outside Butner, who comes again, misses.
Got a good pass away as he was going to ground. Danny Moore stretches right out, takes it down 38 metres from the Parramatta line. Tuvey, Lions. O'Donnell with a short pass for Hosking. Hosking brought down 30 metres out. Manly gets another penalty.
Referee ruling that the ball was raked out in the tackle. We'll see it front on. Hosking got the football. Mark Horrow, yes he did, no doubt about it. The kick in front and Hasler onto the field. Matthew Ridge, the man replaced, so that's a major blow for the Seagulls.
Gee, I thought they might have left Matthew Ridge there at least until this penalty kick had been taken.
That's using him up.
Hey?
That's using him up. Cliff Lyons, he's not a recognised goal kicker by any means. It's a pretty important kick here. 30 metres out, just left of centre. He's tried side trailing by 6. So they'd be within 1 try of the Parramatta side. Here we see Matthew Ridge limping along the sideline. His hand did go straight up when he heard himself in the tackle. He knew something was wrong. Battled on for a couple of minutes. Bob Fulton looking to get the fresh man on, and not a bad man in Des Hasler.
Cliff Lyons, 30 metres out, right in front, and flagged away. Parramatta continues to lead by 12 points to 6. Butner's 22 dropout was a shocker. Hosking barreled by the Parramatta defence, but he's only 42 metres out from the line. O'Donnell uses Cunningham. He too has been driven back by the Parramatta defence, which was very good. Tony Iro.
And with the replacement made for Bridge, it means a change around in positions out there. Iro is actually on the wing. As Manly go wide once again. Good ball from Lyons, finds Hancock. He's back at fullback now, and Moore finally tackled.
Midway between the 20 and the 50. Nick Kosef. 5 tackles gone. Will they go to the air? Lyons is on the blind side. Tries to put it through the hands, but eventually it's come down with Tulson Tollett for Parramatta. Back on his own 20-metre line.
Wasn't a bad move here, but coming down the blind side, Lyons just couldn't get the pass away, but Jeff Tuvey was in a gap.
Galbraith, Cameron Blair, just outside the 20-metre line. He's pulled down by Des Hasler. Hasler late into the game.
I'm still not sure what position he's going to be playing, Ray. He may well have gone into the lock forward position. As I said, Hancock back at fullback now, and Tony Iro on the wing.
David Penner. Tollett dancing around O'Donnell, getting the kick in. And Hancock, who's back at fullback now with Ridge off the field. Iro has gone out to that wing position, formerly occupied by Hancock. Hasler away for Tuvey. He's put it down, Tuvey, but it'll be a penalty for stealing the ball.
Yes, Shane Flanagan there, reaching at the ball, just couldn't resist the temptation. Jeff Tuvey holding the ball out in front. There's the number 9. Was touch obscured by the referee, but there's no doubt his hand was in there.
7-2 the penalties to Manly. Worrying feature of the game for Parramatta coach Michael Cronin. David Hosking. Tuvey. Hasler. Kosef. Lyons angling back in. O'Donnell. Now 5 tackles are gone for Manly, so Cliff Lyons is the man to watch for. Here he is. The ball straight to Scott Mann. He never took his eyes off it. Brings it down safely 5 metres out from his own line. And Parramatta are probably starting to think that they can shut this game down. Maybe it's a little bit early to think that way.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit early, Ray. You can get yourself in some trouble doing that. But one thing I do know I'd be looking for is a field goal when you got in the position to do so. 7 points in this game would be quite a lead with the way it's been played and the closeness of it.
This is their last tackle. Lions trying to keep Tollett deep in Parramatta territory. And this has been one of Parramatta's problems today. They haven't been able to get a good lengthy kick away. Manly keep coming up with possession at the very least on their 30-metre line. More often than not, they're in this position on the second tackle. Hancock gets a pass away. Ryan's got 10 metres to go. He's over the line, and I think with momentum, that's a try. Chris Ryan scores for Manly.
And Some very poor blindside defence once again, taken advantage of by this Manly side, who sniff out opportunities like that at will. You'll see a great shortage on the blindside there. Butner and Flanagan tried to come up with the tackle. Now this is a poor miss by Mark Horrow there, just pushed off. Scott Martin had done a little bit of work, trying to go in low, but as Ray pointed out, momentum took him across. In fact, it looked as though the Parramatta players may have almost dragged him across. But Jeff Tuvey keeping the ball alive. Hancock the inside ball, finding support as always. And that's the bad miss. Mark Horrow had some momentum going across. The big fend coming out. And over it goes. 4 tries for Chris Ryan this year. Enjoying himself in the top grade. It didn't take long for Cliff Lyons to get the sack as a goal kicker.
Chris Ryan with this attempt.
It's not taking much time over it.
15 metres out, turns his back on it. And that's the reason why the flags are down. Parramatta clinging on to a 12-10 lead. About 18 to go. Butner with the restart for Parramatta. 2 tries apiece now. Danny Moore. I tell you what, Peter, their centres, they're young, but they're both very big and very fast. Played by Hosking. Kosef. Straight through. Another deficiency on the blind side for Parramatta. Kosef. He might go all the way. Penner stops him. Now Hancock. Hancock for the corner. That's a try. It's a try for Manly.
No try.
No try, says referee Manson. After an age, they decided not to allow it.
Well, let's have a look at the reason. Hancock getting in low, hit by Krankovic. They've ruled that he's bounced the ball. Fairly tough decision, that one. I know we have the value of the video. It looked as though it was a decision that could have gone either way. Unfortunately for the Sea Eagles, it went against them. But we're not going to see it from that angle, apart from the ball just coming out there.
Krankovic. Well, I thought it was a Manly try for sure.
And this is the last tackle now, back to Galbraith.
Let's see if we can get a shot of that head on again. The first time I saw it, there was no doubt in my mind.
Well, let's have a look at it. Yeah, it's a try.
Oh, it's a try for sure. Manson was a mile from it. He relied on his touch judge and his in-goal judge. Whether that relieves him from the responsibility, I don't know. But to me, that ball was forced with downward pressure by Craig Hancock, and that's all the book says. Chris Ryan to play it now. Hosking.
15 minutes to go, Ray, and Manly now getting on top. Keeping the ball alive. They've got troubles again out wide, the Eels. Pass from Lyons, doesn't find the mark and knocked on.
Trollope to play it for Parramatta.
There's another replacement out there for the Eels. Number 41, Jason Stewart, is on the field.
Fernley, tell me about Stewart.
I don't know that much about him, Ray. I think he was an ex-Balmain player, played some lower grades there and tried his luck at Parramatta and has done a good job early in this season. David Penner, the man off.
Played by Chris King. Galbraith across.
And that's him there, Jason Stewart.
Stewart, 30 metres out from the line. Scotty Mann. 5 tackles gone for the Eels. Stewart Puts a left foot kick down low into the in goal. Not a bad play. Iro is able to make it back into the field of play, however.
The one thing I do know about Stewart is he has a kicking game, and that was a very intelligent kick. As you pointed out, an area that I think Parramatta have been deficient in. Their kicking game, I think, overall has been very ordinary. Stewart may rectify that to some extent in this last 15 minutes.
Cunningham plays it. Tuvey. Lions. Oh, danger. No, there's danger for Parramatta on the other side. Moore comes sprinting down the field and throws a shocker.
It was a shocker, wasn't it? Great work again. What about the quick hands on their own line? But Danny Moore ran away from his support. And by the time he turned, he just got the pass away down at the feet of his winger.
This is Paul Dunn.
Parramatta hanging on by the skin of their teeth here. They need some possession. They've got it now.
Mann into his back line. And he's been one player that Manly have had trouble containing. There's no worries about Scott Mann playing centre. I'm just wondering whether it might be a good idea to push him forward. Butner looking for the run round. Tollett was there, but far too late. This is Stewart, ridden into the ground by Alexander. 5 tackles gone for the blue and gold. Tollett's got them all onside. Iro.
Well, that's again a very ordinary kick. Tollett really needs to think about what he's doing with this football off the boot in the last 10 or 15 minutes. Must be trying to drive the ball into the in-goal area to try and get another set of 6 as Hosking again steps over a couple of defenders. He's had a great game coming in for Ian Roberts.
Tuvey. Lions. Across the back, a bad pass for Chris Ryan. 40 metres out from the Manly line now. This crowd is way down on what I thought it was. 15,250. Hancock with it now. Well,
that's a mile forward. And the handover to Parramatta, 45 metres out.
The ground record here at Brookvale was set by these clubs back in 1986 at 27,500. So I'm led to believe that you could get another 12,000 in here.
Well, I don't know where you're going to put them, Ray. This is a great crowd. The Hills chock-a-block. No surprise when these two teams come together that the supporters come out.
Cameron Blair.
Shane Flanagan has come off the field for Parramatta, replaced by Andrew Langford.
Well, Langford, of course, is very much a defence man. Galbraith for Stewart, and across the back for Chris King. 25 is Langford. Tollett. Half through a gap, but Parramatta are not supporting the ball carrier now like they were earlier. Galbraith's kick, that's the one that we're looking for, according to Peter Sterling. He finds the line. Maybe he was trying to wade it into the in goal, but at least the end result is satisfactory.
It's satisfactory, Ray, to the extent that they're leading on the scoreboard. So this is winding down time in the right part of the field for them. Oh, Tuvey's knocked on. You wouldn't see that again in 3 years of football. Jeff Tuvey knocking on from the scrum base. Just took his eyes off the ball.
Great opportunity for Parramatta. They've gone very wide and very deep, Parramatta. Galbraith takes the tackle of Cunningham and Hasler. 7 metres out from the line. Tollett finding Langford. Parcelled up by Kosef. He's been good since he came on, Kosef. Done inside for Cameron Blair. Tollett again. Stewart. Out the back. Tollett scoops it away. Langford passes to Buechner. Buechner came off his right foot. Back into the traffic. I thought he should have passed. Done away. Horrows with the ball. 9 metres out. The pass over the head of Tollett. Parramatta can't handle it. And Des Hasler comes up with the ball for Manly.
Well, that's ridiculous play from Parramatta as Alexander swivels out of the dummy half and makes 30 metres, looks for Tuvey, finds him. They've dug a hole for themselves there, the Eels, and Manly on a roll once again.
Hancock. They've put it down now, trying to squeeze the pass. I thought there was a knock-on. Referee Manson has called it now.
Both teams getting into good positions to use the ball, but then the ball coming out. Yes, he lost that one. Parramatta just need to play with their heads now. Long time to go in this game. Plenty of time for both sides.
Tollett. Stewart. Stewart almost through the joint tackle of Hancock and Lyons. Scott Marr. Wide for Langford. Now, they've got a set of 6. Let's see if they can do something a little bit more organised this time. Dunn and Galbraith work the run around. Cameron Blair looks outside for his winger, who's not there. Missing in action. Dunn. Pops it out the back, finds Mark Horrow. Gets away from a tackle, but he's pulled down 30 out. Still 2 to go. Tollett is put down on the 20-metre line. This is the last.
Must kick to the corners into the in-goal area.
Buechner's with it. Waits the kick into the corner, occupied by Iro. And a penalty goes to Manly. Young Danny Krankovic was in front of the kicker. He's been ruled offside. Hosking. MMI Insurance are the people that provide the $1,000 Man of the Match award on our Sunday telecast, and we thank them, MMI Insurance, the good people in the insurance game.
Plenty of contenders in both teams out there, Ray. Parramatta, Scott Mann. Paul Dunn has been absolutely outstanding. Horrow and Fernley have had good patches. Tuvey's had a great game for Manly out there. Kosef has played particularly well since coming on. And then Owen Cunningham has worked the joint down as well. And John Jones now put back on by Bob Fulton, trying to lift this side. Just over 5 to go.
Cliffy Lyons. Tony Ira. Ryan. Back and away for Jones, who's back on the field now. Hosking has left us. Tuvey. Tuvey's kick finding the line. About 18 metres out from Parramatta's line.
He's done well, Hosking. He is a first-grade player, and it's only been the form of the players in front of him keeping him out of this first-grade pack. And he's done his chances of selection in the top grade no harm at all with the performance today. Shane Flanagan on the sideline looking to come back on for Parramatta. As the scrum being set, 18 out.
Galbraith. No need for anything fancy now from the Eels. Langford. Tollett. Bartolo.
Number 9, Shane Flanagan back to Para.
It's Cameron Blair.
Now, there's going to be some pressure coming through on this next tackle, the kick for Parramatta. Manly must send some troops through to try and force a mistake.
Tollett. Cliffy Lyons is the only one going through. Galbraith's kick is going to see Iro come up with it 10 metres from halfway.
Well,
penalty goes to Manly.
Well, Galbraith's kicked the football there and put them all onside, so that's a very tough decision. It was a good chase from the kicker. He did put them onside. You see him kick there as Lyons finds touch. Now over on the right of screen in a second. There he is, Galbraith putting them all onside. The play continues.
Played by Jones. This Manly crowd really riding their team home now. Des Hasler. Tuvey. Just inside the 20-metre line. Lions. Hasler. Kosef away for Iro. Iro trying to hold Danny Krankovic off. Back inside for Kosef, away for Hancock. Hancock put down 18 metres out from the line. Played back for David O'Donnell. To the left for Lions, pushed on for Tuvey. Inside pass for Danny Moore. 10 metres from the line. This is the last. They've indicated they want the bomb. Lions puts in the grubber kick and Scott Mann cleans up for Parramatta.
You never quite know what Manly are going to do. Last tackle. Lions looking to roll the ball in. He wanted it to go another metre or two to try and get the ball back. It was half a kick for his chasers and half a kick to regain possession. Stewart now takes it 8 metres out. Only a couple of minutes to go and you still get the feeling this game is far from over.
Paul Dunn. Blair. 20 metres out from their line. Getting close to full time. 5 tackles gone, so they need the clearing kick here. Manly very tired. Not a lot of pressure on Tulson Tollett to try and get the big kick in, but that's been a deficiency in the Parramatta game. They just can't get a big kick down the ground.
Well, that was probably as good as we've seen this afternoon, Ray, so they've got Manly back where they want them. Again, Manly go wide. That's what they're going to do. They're going to throw the ball around like you wouldn't believe in this last 2 minutes.
Hasler. Tuvey. Right on the halfway mark. Hancock. He's been strong for Manly today, Craig Hancock. Kosef. Jones. 2 points the difference, Parramatta in front. Tuvey finding Lions. Iro ran the decoy. Danny Moore goes down the ground. Hasler. He gets over the top of Parramatta's number 7. The ball goes to ground. Knock on, says referee Manson. Sterling has collapsed.
I can't watch this. The last pass to Hazard. Galbraith coming across. What happens here? The ball pops out. You just can't write them off. They throw it around. But Parramatta now with the scrum feed should win this game. And again, Manly will probably think it's one that's got away. They believed that 2 games ago against Eastern Suburbs in our Friday night game. And they've had some chances today. The plucky effort will see Parramatta join Manly on 10 points. 2 off the pace.
Scott Mann, close your eyes, Peter. Stewart. That's, I think, their 3rd tackle. Blair. That's tackle number 4. We're down to the last 60 seconds of the game. Mann tackled on 5. Back again for Tollett. Swept away for the alternative kicker, Galbraith. Galbraith's kick comes down to Tony Iro, 40 metres out from his own line. Hasler waves for it and gets it in the centre. Now they pick up Jack Elsgood. Elsgood tackled 40 metres out. The siren has sounded. Has it in the background? Yes, it has. Parramatta have beaten Manly by 12 points to 10. A real arm wrestle at Brookvale between 2 great sides over a period of some 15 years. They've been putting on some tremendous battles. But Parramatta has won this one. Their first win over Manly in the last 7 encounters. 12 points to 10.
Now MMI man of the match. Big effort up front once again for the Parramatta side. Paul Dunn. Paul, congratulations, $1,000 from MMI. You do leave it to the final whistle to wrap these games up.
Yeah, Pete, we either get flogged or we do it really close, and a big effort by the forwards today after last week's poor effort, and we've got to give credit to a lot of the young blokes that pulled out of their arse today.
Can you explain the inconsistency? Last week, a Berlin by Balmain, Canterbury the same, but you put away the good sides in Canberra.
I think if we're within a try of them, we can come back, but as soon as we get more than 2 tries for them, I think they sort of fall into 1991-92 mode and think they're gone. And that they just sort of run away with it at the end of the game. But in the games where we're in there close, we come back really well.
You're getting plenty of raps this season, but as far as you're concerned, you're playing differently to what you've done the last 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, I'm still doing the defensive work, but Nick's giving me a little bit more latitude in attack, and I don't know, it makes me enjoy the game a bit more, and you tend to play a bit better, I suppose, when you enjoy it. And
it does seem the responsibility that you have been given is something that sits very nicely on your shoulders.
Yeah, I don't mind telling the other blokes what to do.
Congratulations, Paul. Well played.
Thanks, Emma Moore and gentlemen.